My girlfriend said, "It was just a quote, Dylan." I replied, "Cool." Neither did my response. Then I tagged her as happily single, saved screenshots of Jerome's likes and his LinkedIn message, let her family grab her stuff, and when she came back with 2 suitcases, she tried one last lie. Welcome back to AF Tales. My girlfriend posted single until someone proves they deserve me. While you listen, think about what you would do if your partner publicly rewrote your relationship while you were still together. I'm 27, and I was scrolling Instagram on my lunch break when I saw it. My girlfriend Brianna, 26, had posted one of those aesthetic quote pictures with a coffee cup. The caption said, "Single until someone proves they deserve me. Know your worth, queens." We'd been together 3 years. We'd lived together for one. I stared at my phone for a full minute just trying to make it make sense. Then I typed one comment. Good luck with that. Within 30 seconds, I changed my relationship status to happily single and tagged her. I made it public. Her post disappeared in under a minute. My phone started buzzing right away. Calls, texts, more calls. I didn't answer. I went back to work and finished my shift like normal. This is the part where people expect me to say I snapped. I didn't. I just decided I wasn't going to beg someone to claim me after they told the internet they were single. And it wasn't only that post. I'd been noticing things for weeks. Brianna was going out for girls' nights more often. She flipped her phone face down whenever I walked by. She made little comments about how I was too comfortable and didn't try anymore. I did try. Date nights, flowers, planning things. But it started to feel like nothing counted unless it came with outside validation. When I got home that evening, she was sitting on the couch with her arms crossed, staring at me like I'd committed a crime. "What the hell was that about?" she demanded. I asked, "Which part? You telling the internet you're single or me agreeing with you?" "It was just a quote, Dylan," she said. "Every girl posts stuff like that. Every girl in a relationship posts that they're single," I said. She rolled her eyes and told me I was being dramatic. She said it didn't mean anything. "Cool," I said. Then neither did my response. She stood up, grabbed her purse, and said she was staying at her friend Kendall's place for the night. She told me maybe I'd realize how stupid I was being. I told her to take her time. The door slammed. I ordered pizza and watched the game. 2 days later, the drama turned into a group project. First, Kendall messaged me. Kendall, who I'd met maybe 4 times, sent a long paragraph about how I violated Brianna's trust, publicly humiliated her, and how real men don't act petty online. I replied, "Real girlfriends don't pretend to be single online." Kendall blocked me. Then Brianna's mom, Helen, called me 7 times. I finally answered. She opened sweet, like she was trying to calm a child down. "Dylan, sweetheart, what's going on? Brianna is devastated." She posted that she was single, I said. "I just confirmed it." Helen sighed and told me I knew how girls are on social media. "It's all for fun," I asked. "Is cheating for fun too?" She went quiet. She said Brianna would never cheat. "I didn't say she did," I said. "But posting you're single when you're not is basically advertising, isn't it?" Helen didn't like that. She told me I needed to apologize because Brianna was very upset. That's when I started to see the real pattern. Everyone around her wanted me to fix what she broke, because that was easier than telling her to stop. Then my buddy Garrett texted me. He works at the same marketing firm as Brianna. He said, "Yo, thought you should know. Brianna's been having lunch with that new account manager, Jerome, every day this week. They look friendly." Jerome was the same guy she mentioned before. The one she said gave her weird vibes when he started 2 months ago. I did a little digging. I went through her Instagram followers. We still followed each other, even though she had removed all our couple photos. I found Jerome's profile and scrolled. He had liked basically everything she posted, going back 3 months, including the early morning gym selfies with thirsty captions. I screenshotted it, not to blast her, just to keep it in case she tried to rewrite reality later. That night, Brianna texted, "Are you ready to talk like adults?" I replied, sure. Should I invite Jerome too, or is this just between us? She read it. No response. A few days after that, she showed up at my apartment with a whole delegation. Kendall, her sister Meredith, and her mom Helen. It's technically my place. I'd been renting it before I met Brianna, but they walked in like it was a family property dispute. They said they were there to collect her things, but it was obvious they also wanted to stage an intervention. Helen started calmly. Dylan, this has gone too far. Brianna made a tiny mistake. Meredith jumped in. You're focusing on the wrong thing. She loves you. Then Brianna started crying, not quiet crying, angry crying. You ruined everything, she said. Jerome won't even talk to me now because you made that comment. He thinks I'm drama. I laughed because I couldn't help it. So you admit there was something with Jerome? No, she said. We were just friends. But he was interested, and now he thinks I'm toxic because of your comment. Then she said the part that told me everything. She said she could have had something better and I sabotaged it, something better, while we were still together. I asked her directly if she understood how that sounded. She shrugged through tears and said, I wasn't going to do anything, I just liked the attention. Is that so wrong? Yes, I said. Next question. Then Helen tried the guilt angle. She brought up holiday plans, family stuff, how we were planning Thanksgiving. I said, I'm sure Jerome likes turkey. That's when Meredith revealed why they really came. Brianna needed to stay in the apartment until she found a new place. She couldn't keep sleeping on Kendall's couch. I told them that was unfortunate. They acted like I was throwing her out. I'm not throwing anyone out, I said. She left, remember, to make me realize how stupid I was being. Brianna stood up and announced she was taking everything she bought for the place. I told her to go ahead. She went through the apartment like a tornado. She took the coffee maker, fine. She took the shower curtain, strange but whatever. She took batteries out of the remotes, which was pure spite. Then she tried to take my PlayStation and said she contributed to it. I told her she bought one game, FIFA 22, and she could take the game. The console stayed. She argued that she bought groceries that I ate, and that money could have gone to the PlayStation. Even her mom looked embarrassed. They left with her stuff in garbage bags because she forgot to bring boxes. As they walked out, Brianna turned and told me I'd regret this, and no one else would put up with how boring I was. I told her I'd take my chances. After that, I thought it would cool down. It didn't. Monday morning, Garrett texted me a link to Brianna's Instagram story. It was a series of vague motivational quotes about upgrading and glow-ups. Then the last slide was Brianna and Jerome at an upscale cocktail bar with a caption about new beginnings and better energy. Honestly, I didn't care. If that was her plan, fine. But she tagged the location, and it happened to be the bar where my cousin Toffer works as a bartender. Toffer texted me later. He said my ex was there with some guy and they were clearly on a date, but she kept talking about me. He said it was weird. According to him, the entire night was Brianna comparing Jerome to me. She said I never took her places like that, even though when I did, she said it was pretentious. She said I was threatened by successful men. I make more than Jerome, but that didn't stop her from saying it. Jerome got more uncomfortable as the night went on. At one point, he asked about her last relationship, and she went on a long rant about how I was emotionally abusive for responding to her single post. Then she did something that should make anyone pause. She showed Jerome our old text conversations to prove I was controlling, including messages where I asked her to please contribute to rent because she had been living there for free for 6 months. Jerome left early and paid only for his drinks. Brianna stayed and tried to flirt with Toffer. When he told her he was my cousin, she left immediately. The next day, Jerome messaged me on LinkedIn. He apologized. He said he didn't know we were still together when she started pursuing him, and she told him we'd been broken up for months. He said he wasn't that guy. He also said she had been telling people at work that I was abusive, and that's why she needed protection from a real man. I thanked him and screenshotted it. Then I did one petty thing. I posted a gym selfie, my first post in 2 years, with a caption about single life and tagged Brianna. She blocked me within an hour. Her sister Meredith messaged me and said that was unnecessary and Brianna was going through a lot. I replied, "Consequences aren't something you go through, they're something you earn." A few days later, Brianna tried to move back in. I came home from work and found her sitting outside my apartment door with 2 suitcases and a face full of tears. Later I checked my security camera and she had been there 2 hours. She begged and said she messed up. She asked if we could talk inside. I told her we could talk right there. She said she got evicted from Kendall's because Kendall's roommate came back early. She said Jerome told people at work about the date, and now everyone was calling her a home wrecker. I told her, "You literally did that to your own home." Then she said she had nowhere else to go. Her mom's place was too small. Meredith lives with her boyfriend and she missed us. I told her she missed free rent. That's when she snapped and started yelling in the hallway, saying I owed her because she wasted 3 years on me. She said she decorated the place and made it a home, and I couldn't just throw her away. I told her she threw herself away the moment she posted she was single. My neighbor Carl opened his door and asked if everything was okay. I said, "Yeah, just explaining to my ex why she can't move back in." Carl looked at Brianna and said, "Oh, the one who was cheating with that Jerome guy. My wife saw it all on Instagram." Brianna turned purple and said she wasn't cheating. Carl said, "Just advertising for replacements," and went back inside. The security desk called a minute later. Brianna had told them she lived there and lost her key. They asked me to confirm. I explained the situation and they sent someone up to escort her out. As the guard arrived, Brianna tried one last play. She said she was pregnant. I laughed. "No, you're not." She asked how I knew. I told her we hadn't had sex in 2 months. She was always too tired or not in the mood. The guard looked like he was trying not to smirk. As she got escorted out, she screamed that I'd never find anyone like her. I said, "That's the point." An hour later, Helen called again and yelled at me for embarrassing Brianna. I told her Brianna showed up uninvited and lied about being pregnant. Helen said Brianna was desperate and I ruined her reputation. I said, "She ruined it herself." Then Helen offered me the saddest deal I've ever heard. If I took Brianna back, she would pay Brianna's portion of rent for 3 months. I asked, "So you're trying to pay me to date your daughter?" There was silence. I told her that was really sad and I ended the call. After that, I figured Brianna would finally stop. She didn't. She created a TikTok series called Dating After Emotional Abuse. In the videos, she talked about healing from narcissistic relationships and listed red flags like a guy getting upset when you express yourself authentically, meaning posting that you're single, and a guy isolating you from potential friendships. My sister Ramai found them and sent them to me. They didn't have many views, but Brianna was acting like she was building a new career out of it. Then she added me to a group text with her mom, her dad Roger, her sister Kendall, and a few random friends. The group chat was titled like an intervention for my commitment issues and emotional problems. Her dad started with, "Son, I think you need to man up here." I replied, "I did. That's why I'm single." Someone accused me of gaslighting and control, so I posted 3 screenshots in the group chat. The Instagram post where she said she was single, Jerome's LinkedIn message, and the message where Brianna tried to move back in. Then I left the group. About an hour later, her dad called me privately. He said he didn't know about the Instagram post. Helen told him I randomly attacked Brianna online. He apologized. Then he said something that surprised me. He said Brianna gets the entitlement from her mother, and he works overtime to avoid dealing with it. Then he hung up. A week after that, I ran into Kendall at the grocery store. She looked exhausted. She told me Brianna had been staying with her again and wouldn't leave. She wasn't working, just making TikToks and complaining about me all day. Kendall said she owed me an apology. She admitted Brianna does this with every boyfriend. She posts thirst traps, entertains other guys and plays victim when the guy leaves. Kendall said she enabled it for years, but she couldn't anymore. Then she warned me. Brianna and her mom were planning to show up at my job the next week to expose me to my boss. She also told me Jerome wasn't the first guy while we were together. She said there were at least 3 others Brianna texted, and she called them backup plans. I wasn't even shocked. I was mostly tired. Monday came. I warned my boss and HR. Sure enough, Brianna and Helen showed up at reception demanding to speak to a manager about my abusive behavior and how it could affect my work performance. Security removed them. HR sent a cease and desist letter. The TikTok stopped soon after that, and from what I heard, she got banned for harassment after I reported her for using my photo in one of her videos. After that, everything collapsed fast. Garrett told me Brianna got fired for missing too much work while she tried to build her content career. Helen and Roger started divorce proceedings. Kendall finally got Brianna out by changing the locks while she was out. Jerome transferred to a different office to avoid the drama. Meredith posted something online about being disappointed in family members who can't take accountability. As for me, I'm doing fine. I started seeing a girl named Thea from my rock climbing gym. The first thing she said when we matched on Hinge was, "Just so you know, my relationship status is accurate across all platforms." It was a simple sentence, but after what I went through, it felt like peace. And the last thing I heard about Brianna was that she made one more Instagram post. Another quote about rising from the ashes with a selfie where she had clearly been crying. The caption said she was single by choice, healing from trauma, ready for her glow-up era. Someone commented, "Weren't you just trying to get your ex back?" She deleted the post. In the end, this wasn't really about a comment or a relationship status. It was about respect. If someone wants the safety of a relationship while advertising for replacements, they're not confused. They're testing what you'll tolerate. Lesson 1: if your partner publicly signals they're single, take it seriously, because words online still have meaning. Lesson 2: when someone blames you for the consequences of their choices, they're trying to keep the benefits without the responsibility. Lesson 3: keep receipts and stay calm. If someone rewrites the story, proof matters more than arguments. Lesson 4: a partner who collects backup plans while living with you is not building a future with you. Lesson 5: ending things early can feel harsh, but staying in disrespect is harsher. What would you have done if you saw that post while you were still together? Would you have confronted it privately, or would you have ended it right there the way I did?